Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have a Link to the Past, no major glitches run for you. We are featuring the Dark World round 4. We have Flipheal versus Benteezy. And on comms, we have Fricker22, and they will take it from here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a super fun and exciting NMG run between these two runners. Benteezy, I know, has a 124.55, I believe, and Flipheal has a 126.02. I believe his PB is pretty recent, maybe within the last month. But yeah, obviously that time difference can make it pretty close towards the end of the matchup, so it really just depends on what happens, and looking forward to some fun elf speedrunning. Looks like both runners are possibly ready. Should be starting here shortly. Not sure if those file names over on Flipside is supposed to be NMG fun. But NMG is fun. All right, looks like both of our runners are ready, so we should be starting here shortly. I will EBJ. Early bomb jump. Attaboy, Benteezy. All right, everyone's favorite segment, the escape. Not too much to talk about an escape. I know there are some specific things to focus on. Mainly what you see here in this segment from both of our runners is some movement, pumping specifically. It's just a directional thing that speedrunners do in this category that allow them to possibly make their movement a little bit faster when they're going north or west. Basically, they're just tapping the directional pad in that direction and trying to reset their movement to make Link's moving animation be faster. Because we all want to go fast, right? All right, we get to see our uncle, who obviously broke his legs on the bush fall there. Everybody knows that. Getting our sword and our shield, and we're going to be making our way into Hyrule Castle. See what RNG both these runners get on the first guard here. Ooh, Benteezy is poking the guard out of the way. It's good reaction timing. There are a few different strategies that most speedrunners will use on the first key guard here. There is an up slash and spin, along with a left slash and spin. So let's see what strategy both the runners end up using here. Left slash Benteezy. Nice, and up slash on Flipheal. Not too much time difference there, but the left slash is a little bit faster, but also a little more risky. As you can see, kind of a little bit of a wonky movement here as both runners are pumping against rails and walls to try to get their movement to be a little bit faster. That's pretty much all we can do at this point during this segment, is try to get our movement faster throughout this. All right, two good spins. Boomerang and the key in, we're out of there. All right, the runners are now headed to our first kind of mini boss of this so-called dungeon, the ball and chain guard. A few different strategies that speedrunners will use. There's an 8 slash, which I think both of these runners, yeah, it looks like they're both going for an 8 slash. It can be a little scary because our health is pretty low at the start here, but it looks like both of them get through ball and chain fairly well. Looks like Benteezy took a hit there. And we are grabbing this chest, and it is the lamp. There's actually a few places in this first segment where we can get the lamp. We choose to get the lamp here in Zelda Cell because it's a little bit faster because we're getting the boomerang first. So if we were to get the lamp earlier on, we would have to use an extra menu to switch to the boomerang. We use the boomerang quite a bit in the first segment to stun enemies, faster big key pickup. Obviously, when we first get the boomerang, we use it to grab the small key to get out of there quicker. And it is also used in a few segments in the overworld, too, for stunning enemies and whatnot. Making our way back through until we get to the throne room, where Link and Zelda are going to push a mantle to get to the sewer portion of this dungeon. Ooh, Benteezy taking a little bop there from the guard. Has some bully RNG. No worries, though. Most of the enemies in the back half of Escape, they do minimal damage. You got bats and rats that run around that I believe just do like a quarter heart of damage. Snakes can be a little worrisome, but both these runners are pretty good in the movement and what they need to do in this segment. Looks like both runners are pretty close here. You're not going to see too much separation in the first few segments. All right, entering the snake room. They're going to try to go down the middle. There we go. Yeah, both runners get through without taking any damage. Ooh, some bad RNG on flip side. Open that chest. The hardest thing in the game to do. Opening chests and grabbing pots, I tell you what. Alright, pumping through these water rooms is pretty important because Link actually moves slower when he's in the water or in grass. So try to get those pumps to reset that movement to be faster when they're in those types of rooms. Alright, average key got... Oh, the rat key was kind of a bully to flip there. The northwest key rat definitely loses some time. Alright, both runners entering the last few screens of this segment. See what the RNG gives them for the rats. Oh! It's always those rat RNG at the end of the dungeon. Alright, Benteezy out. Looks like I got a 553 and about a 556 for flip. Pretty average. Any time out of this escape dungeon under 6 minutes is definitely a win in most speedrunners' books. It's a very good time to get out of here. They will both have the option to grab the Sanctuary Heart, which is in the chest. Best safety in the game. Looks like Benteezy grabs it, and so does Flipheal. Skipping that chest, I believe, saves right around like 3.5, 4 seconds. Only crazy people skip that heart. Especially like in a race setting. You want to grab that Sanctuary Heart. Makes the rest of the run a lot more comfy. Both runners are now headed to the first Light World dungeon, which is Eastern Palace. Kind of a lengthy overworld screen that they'll go through here, an Octorok minefield. Try to just avoid damage the best that they can. Nice. Both getting through without getting hit in the Octorok field. At this point, the runners are both going to be paying attention to the rupee drops from the enemies. It's always best to collect a fair amount of early rupees in this dungeon, which we will talk about a little bit later in a further segment on how many rupees they need and why they need it. Alright, Benteezy entering at 732, and Flip entering at 736. About a 4-second spread going into the first dungeon. Both runners avoiding those cannonballs. They're going to be going into a room here shortly where they're going to actually manipulate some movement and not spawn any of the Stelphos. If they're able to do that, they only have to kill 2 Stelphos that have not appeared yet, and they'll be able to get out of the room, versus a 3rd one or even a 4th one appearing. Kind of a nice speedrun strat to get through. Oh, and Flipheal boomerangs the magic. That saves a little bit of time on the magic refill at the end of the dungeon. Benteezy skipping the arrow pot. What a gamer. So that saves a little bit of time, but that could come back to haunt him toward the end of the dungeon if he does not get arrow drops from the Igors. We will see how that plays out. Alright, Benteezy through the dark key room first. So you're going to be heading across the bridge into the first big trick of this dungeon, called the Big Key Skip or Big Key Deboost room. Normally you'd have to kill all the enemies in this room to get the anti-fairies to disperse over the switch, but we're just going to intentionally take a bot from an enemy, use our iframes, and be able to grab that pot and hit the switch a lot faster. We are going zoom zoom. Alright, off to Gifted with Greenies on Benteezy's side. See if he... Okay, he does slash list. Oh, he gets that one, but does not get a rupee drop. Flipheal using that menu buffer in a perfect spot. Oh, Benteezy getting through the room without the anti-fairies touching. Just basically showcases that he got through that room very quickly. Dealing with some RNG here. Nicely played by Benteezy. Gets the arrow drop. Ooh, some kind of a rough RNG for Flipheal with the Stelphos, but getting through the room fairly quick. Benteezy entering the first boss, Armos. He's going to fire 5 arrows to the right. Oh, he's doing... Ooh, takes a bop. He's going to try to get the last arrow into... Oh, he does get the quick kill. And as you can see on Flipheal's side, we're going to go with the top left strategy. Oh, misses the quick kill there. Has to waste a few extra arrows. But still, both runners getting through Eastern Palace fairly together. See where Benteezy's sword up is. About 10:53. About 10:58. So we got about a 5-second spread here. Pretty close to where they entered the dungeon apart as well. So now that we got the green pendant, we get to give the pendant to Sahasrahla. He gives us the boots, which is one of the best items in this speedrun because it makes us go so much faster and it allows us to do a few minor glitches, which we will see on Benteezy's side first here. So he's going to do what they call spin speed. He's going to charge his sword up on the stairs, release the spin, 1 frame later, hit the A button for the dash, and he gets spin speed, allowing us to have dash speed without having to bonk into anything and allow us to change our movement as we regain that speed. Kind of one of the hardest tricks to do and be consistent at. Because, you know, some days you can hit spin speed every time, and sometimes it just doesn't work for you. Another opportunity for spin speed coming up here. The library spin speed. We'll see if Benteezy goes for it. He does. And he gets it. Nice. That spin speed actually saves a little bit more time coming out of the library. Looks like Flipheal does not go for it, which is completely fine. That spin speed doesn't save as much as leaving the library. So we'll see if he decides to do that on the way out. Benteezy hitting all the spin speeds. Oh, baby. Okay, he does go for it on the way out, and he hits it. Nicely done. All right, both runners are now heading to Desert Palace now that we have the book. which is the second Light World dungeon, and probably the most famous boss for run killers in this speedrun. The legendary Landmos, or Landmolas. Very tough boss, very RNG heavy on what they do, so it really requires a lot of practice and a lot of RNG reaction. Good overworld from both runners. Benteezy entering desert at about 1341. Flipheal at 1347. Still remain very close. So basically, Desert Palace is kind of a tutorial for, hey, you have the boots, this is what you can do. A lot of long corridor rooms with not a whole lot going on within those rooms, so kind of an easy way and basically an introduction to, you know, what you can use your boots for and how long you can dash. Let's see what kind of cannonball RNG he gives Benteezy. Ooh, making it through, nicely done. He'll be able to dash right out of here. Looks like we got the same RNG on Flipheal's side. Grabbing all the arrows that we can. We need to stack up as many arrows as we possibly can throughout this dungeon for the Landmolas fight. Also, notable difference too is Benteezy is sitting on a rich amount of rupees here, which he's got 20, while Flipheal only has 5. So towards the end of the Light World, the runners will need to acquire 110 rupees to continue on and get into the first Dark World dungeon. Alright. Benteezy going for Desert 2 spin speed. He gets it. This is a very scary spin speed. While you are in that state, if you touch an edge, you will immediately fly off of it. And that is bad news bears, because if you do, well, guess what? You're going to have to go open the dungeon again and re-go through all those rooms to get back to where you were. So that can be a very scary spin speed to do. But Benteezy pulls it off. Alright, just a few more rooms and we'll be at the Landmolas fight. So what you're going to see on Benteezy's side as he enters the room, he's going to intentionally bonk on the top of the wall. That's going to set him up to be in the kind of the middle of the screen. He's going to sword buffer up a pixel, turn to the left, and then he's going to try to get 2 arrows into each Landmola. Any more than that, especially on the third one, is definitely a good win. Okay, gets a few into the third one. Good RNG. Oh. The thing, too, is if you fire an arrow at a Landmola and you miss it, you have to wait for that arrow to either hit another enemy or finish traveling across the screen to hit a wall. It will not allow you to fire off another arrow. Looks like both runners finished those Landmolas fight pretty well. Very impressive. Sometimes even the best of runners can get, you know, a 5 or a 6 cycle or even worse. 1706 sword up from Benteezy. Yeah, looks like 1711 on Flipheal's side. Benteezy going with the Sandman dash. What a gamer. Same with Flipheal. Alright, so these runners are now going for the next trick in this speedrun. It's called Fake Flippers. They're going to try to basically line up at the bottom of the mountain here. They're going to do a bush setup, and as they slash the bush, they're going to angle upright. They're going to be 1 pixel away from the screen when they hop off the ledge, and then transition. Oh, looks like he was just a little bit off on Flipheal's side, so he sword buffers to the left and gets it. This trick can be a little scary because if you do get hit in this state, the game does not know where to put you. So you will actually have to save and quit, which is not allowed in this category. Of course, it is in a tournament, but yeah, you actually soft lock if you move, so you have to save and quit. All right, we are now in Old Man's Cave. I don't know what happened and how we got lost in this cave, but there he is, waiting to be rescued. All right, both runners are now headed to Death Mountain, which is infamous in every Zelda game for just being terrible when it comes to RNG and boulders. So it looks like Benteezy taking a couple bops from falling cabbages. Oh, he's got to get out of there. We also have squirrels, or also known as dead rocks. If you end up... Oh, Benteezy! If you end up hitting one of those squirrels, they turn into stone, and sometimes they can block your path. And then you just have to wait it out. And that's a very tough space to wait it out, because guess what? You have continuous boulders falling on you, so... Benteezy going to be going into Hera with only 2 hearts, which can be a little scary. On Flipheal's side, he is going to be going into Hera with a full set of hearts. This dungeon can be pretty hard when you got low health, because there's a lot of RNG that can happen. We're introduced to a new enemy at this point, which are mini Moldorms. They have very random and sporadic movement, so you have to have very good RNG reaction for the direction they're traveling. Oh, Benteezy trying to go for the diagonal boom. Doesn't look like he got it, but both runners enter in tie room about the same time. We got a race. All right, Benteezy going with the diagonal boom. Nicely done. I believe that's a 4 input frame perfect that you have to do to get that. So that's a very tough strategy to do. Most runners just stay on the left side of the screen and just try to do the 3 perfect input. And sometimes you hit the switch when you don't want to. And then you have to re-hit it again and then retry the trick. But it's nice to get inside of those pegs while they're up. It makes the next room a little bit easier, because Benteezy can just double dash here, which he does. Nicely done. And we got the big key and we're out. Alright, the Hera climb. First room's going to be Beetles, which can be a little tough to do quickly. Nice hit on the first beetle in the switch by Benteezy. Grabbing the bomb, and we're out of there. Ooh, Flipheal just missing that third beetle. He did not come down. Still got out of the room fairly fast. Benteezy hitting the switch. That will allow him to get hearts right before the Moldorm fight. Alright, we are coming to our first bomb jump of the run. Benteezy going with the early bomb jump. Got to readjust, and he does. All right, Flipheal going for a standard spin setup. Oh, Benteezy, no. See, that's kind of what you got to deal with when you enter Hera with low health. All right, Flipheal going for bumper skip. He gets it. That's a 4-frame window to get a dash in between the bumper and the pit. Alright, Flipheal is the first one to enter the Moldorm fight. This fight can be a little scary as well too, because he does have random movement. He'll bounce off the pit in the middle as well as the edges. We just want to hit the tail. That's the only damageable point of Moldorm. One good thing to remember, the tail always follows the head, and Flipheal gets it. Nicely done. Alright, Benteezy not too far behind. Also going for bumper skip, and he gets it. One thing you just definitely want to avoid in this fight is just do not let Moldorm hit you off the edge or not into the middle hole, because that'll drop you down 2 floors. Benteezy using a nice dash strategy. trying to offset him from the head of Moldorm, which is the damage point. Very nice. Alright, the runners are now going to start collecting rupees. So what they're going to do is, as soon as they exit this cave, they are going to pull the first tree. That'll pull out 4 blue rupees. There we go. Flipheal collects 3. So now at this point, they need to kill 4 more enemies without taking any damage. If they can do that and then pull the next tree, which is going to be in the Lost Woods on the exit, the 4 blue rupees now turn into 4 red rupees. And that will give them enough rupees to pay Kiki the Monkey in the Dark World and enter Palace of Darkness. Alright, Flipheal pulling the Master Sword at, it looked like 2357. Ben didn't need many blue rupees there. He was already rich going into it. He's starting to kill his 4 enemies right now. Skipping the mushroom. Yeah. Kazdin is definitely right. Hera is literally impossible. Alright, so now the text is just stating that Princess Zelda needs help. So we need to go rescue her. Oh, Flipheal does the bird dash in the log. That's a very scary strat to do. Because if you do take damage, you're not going to get those red rupees from the tree pole. Alright, nicely done. So he does have 105 rupees right now, which is totally fine. Because as we go into Aghanim's tower, at the end of it, there's going to be 6 rupees that we just naturally pick up anyway. So he will get to 111 rupees. So he is good to go for the Dark World. Benteezy also doing the bird dash. That's also a good strategy to do as well, because if you dash kill an enemy, it holds the prize pack. They do not drop anything. And usually that bird will drop arrows. So not only do you get the kill that you need, but you also hold the prize pack for arrows, hopefully to a later enemy that you kill, so you can grab them. Benteezy also had 105 rupees. I think they planned that. Flipheal nicely getting through the double ball and chain guards. And as you can see here, he actually dash killed both of those guards. Their prize pack is the health prize pack. So they drop a heart, but more importantly, they're going to drop a fairy. Ooh, he takes a bop going out of that door. So by dash killing those 2 guards, he's going to hold that fairy drop to a much later dungeon in the game, which is going to be in Turtle Rock. Taking a couple hits in this room. This room is very, very tough to get through fast without getting hit. Benteezy getting the dash kills on those guards as well. Holding that fairy drop till later. Ooh, taking a bop there. It looks like Flipheal is going to be able to go for the key dash, and he gets it. Basically, if you line Link up 4 pixels away from the door, and then you dash, you can dash through the door without having to stop to open it. Which is actually easy in this game because everything is basically lined up with 4 pixels away from the door. So like walls, rails, pots. All you gotta do is just line Link up with one of those, and you're good to go for a key dash. Nice circle of pots from Flipheal. Getting the key, getting the arrows quick, and bouncing out. Ooh. Benteezy going for the fast strategy in that room, gets it very nicely. Alright, Aghanim, which is basically the timekeeper of this speedrun. So Aghanim RNG can be a giant bully. So you have to hit Aghanim with 6 energy balls. But 3 out of the 4 times he does that, he will actually have a 50-50 chance of shooting out blue balls, which you cannot damage him with. So the very first time here, you'll see he always shoots an energy ball. That's 1 hit. The next 3 turns are going to be a 50-50 chance of an energy ball or a blue ball. Every blue ball the player gets will lose approximately 6 seconds. Looks like Flipheal is perfect so far on energy balls. Nicely done. After 4 turns, Aghanim will do a lightning cycle, which also loses 6 seconds. So if you get a lot of blue balls, you will get extra lightning cycles, which will just continue to add to your time loss. Looks like Flipheal has a chance to get 0 blue balls here. I see 1 blue ball on Benteezy's side. 0 blue balls! Woo! The odds of getting 0 blue balls is astronomically high, but not as high as getting 15. But it always feels nice to get into the Dark World with 0 blue balls. I believe I only saw 1 blue ball so far on Benteezy's screen. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong and I missed it. Ooh. Another blue ball for Benteezy. So that's at least 3 blue balls on Benteezy's side. So since he got 3 blue balls, that will add another lightning cycle that Aghanim is doing here. Alright, Flipheal is on his way to the first Dark World dungeon, which is Palace of Darkness. Another blue ball for Benteezy. We're up to 4. And we got him. Yeah, Aghanim can be a bully. Usually what happens in a speedrun is if you're doing very well through the light world, Aghanim just gives you all the blue balls. If you do horribly through the light world, it's like, I'll just throw you a bone and give you 0. Alright, so we paid 10 rupees to get Kiki the monkey. We're going to bring him to Palace of Darkness. And then guess what? We have to pay him another 100 rupees for him just to open the dungeon. What he does with all those rupees, I don't know. Alright, Benteezy going through the overworld, making his way to Palace of Darkness. Flipheal is making his way into the 3rd room, grabbing the key, and you will see our runners mirror in this dungeon. So basically what mirroring does, it's a little bit faster, and it helps respawn a lot of the pots that we will need for bombs in this dungeon. This is basically our larger bomb collection point early on into the Dark World. Alright, Flipheal making his way to the left side, which is where the big key is. Good RNG from the blue jelly. Making our way through without any hits. Oh, takes a bonk! I hope he doesn't get stuck here. And, yep, there we go. So he does the key dash there, which actually fixes that. It's kind of a weird glitch here, as you saw him get stuck in those stairs. If you bonk the top or the right wall, you have to do a key dash in that door to fix it, or else you will get stuck in the stairs and Link will turn around and go back down the stairs. I'm not a gaming scientist of this, so I'm not sure the details on why that happens, but unfortunate that it does, but Flipheal is showing us that he does have some game knowledge just in case that happens, and he fixed it. He is now going into the hammer jump, which is a very famous trick here. It's a double pixel perfect trick. He's got to line Link up in the right pixel, and then he has to place the bomb on a different pixel to launch over, hold up, get into the railing, and get to the hammer chest without having to grab the key in the basement. Which he does. Only a couple extra buffers there, gets through it nicely. Yeah, looks like Flipheal is on a good pace. I see green in his splits, so we're rocking and rolling. Benteezy just getting the big key, and he's going to be making his way to the hammer jump. while Flipheal is going to make his way toward the back half of the dungeon. Nice side hops on Flipheal's side. Side hopping and ledge hopping in this game is just so satisfying. And I'm sure other runners of this game will agree with me. When you get it right, it feels nice, it looks nice, makes you feel good about yourself. Nicely done on Flipheal's side, getting through without getting hit to retain those beams for that switch. Nice hammer jump on Benteezy's side. Very nicely done. Benteezy trying to gain as much ground as he can, trying to catch back up after the mishap death in Tower of Hera. Still a lot of game left and a lot of things that can happen. Ooh, Flipheal getting some bad RNG on the bottom turtle there. Alright, gets through without getting hit. Alright, Flipheal is just about at the first boss of this dungeon, which is King Helmasaur. In order to defeat King Helmasaur, you have to hit his mask off, which takes 17 hits. We'll see if he does the spin speed technique. Doesn't look like it. So after the 17th hit, his mask will fly off, and then you can damage him. Oh, okay, so it looks like he's just doing the dash technique there. Nicely done. 3 hammer hits and a spin will take him out once his mask is off. Only taking 1 hit of damage there. That is pretty nice, because King Helmasaur can be a giant bully. He has so many attacks in his arsenal. He can charge you. He can spit fireballs, which also split up. And he can do a tail swipe, all of which does 2 hearts of damage. So you gotta be very careful, as our health is not that high up yet. Alright, a little bit bad RNG in the turtle room on Benteezy's side. Still at full health, so we're making it through nicely. I believe Benteezy will go for the spin speed strategy, and it looks like he's going to. This is a fantastic strategy to use because doing the spin speed actually opens up the hammer's hitbox to make the hammer hits on King Helmasaur a lot easier. Taking 2 hits of damage, so got to be careful here. Oh, and he's spitting another fireball. Oh, he gets hit again. Shall I say it? Shall I say it? Sanctuary Heart, best safety in the game. Shout outs to Sankheart. Great recovery from Benteezy. Not the fight he wanted, but he made it through. Alright, on Flipheal's side, we are making our way back through the overworld here, and we're going to be headed to the Grove, where we are going to get the shovel and the flute. Very nice item dash on Flipheal's side to get through the pegs quickly there. If you dash and use an item on the same frame, you can do an item dash, which we do quite a bit in this run. As you saw early in Hera, we were doing it with the boomerang. We'll use the hammer. We also do it with the hook shot quite a bit, which I'll talk about a little bit later, mainly in the swamp dungeon. Yes, that guy on the stump there, that is an anteater. If anybody wants to prove me wrong, I will fight you. That is an anteater. Oh, the 2-dig flute! Shoutouts to 2-dig. Alright, this spin speed that Flipheal is coming on, it is probably one of the best movements to do here because the red guard is extremely fast. He is nicknamed Usain Bolt, the fastest guard in Hyrule. That guy can do some serious damage. Alright, we are activating the bird for the flute. while Benteezy is making his way into the grove to get his shovel and flute. Not too far behind. Alright, Flipheal making his way to the back portion here, where we can activate a Dark World portal. That will give us access to our second Dark World dungeon, which is Thieves Town. And we actually do dungeons a little bit out of order in this speedrun. It's mainly to get the Tempered Sword a little bit earlier to make bosses a little bit easier. The second dungeon that the developers intend for you to do in this game is actually Swamp. So we kind of changed that up a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no Anteater command here. It looks like Benteezy pulling off the gamer move of doing the spin speed technique here, which actually does save time. As long as you hit the spin speed first try, he's going to be zooming off these stairs. What a gamer. Saving every frame that he can right now. Ooh, that looks so pretty. More runners should do that. Benteezy nicely making his way through the Three Musketeers screen. That screen to get through that quickly is kind of tough to do, and it requires very precise movement. Alright, Flipheal side, we are making our way through Thieves Town. We're going to be coming up on a room here shortly, which is the Hellway. Can be very troublesome if you get bad RNG. He's going to try to basically dash to the middle and then dash up. Let's see if he does get the God Pixel. Nice, making it through. Sometimes even if you do get that God Pixel, the RNG will still not allow you to dash straight up without being hit. So you can gain a lot of time in that room, and you can lose a lot of time in that room. Nice Hopper RNG reaction on Flipheal's side. Hitting that Grasshopper out of the way, collecting his bomb, and throwing it to blow up the ceiling portion. Or the floor, but the ceiling as we need it once we get into the boss room. Looks like Flipheal is a little bit low on arrows, as is Benteezy. 1 versus 3. We would like to be a little bit better on our arrow count here. But oh, and he gets a drop! Ask and you shall receive. Alright, Benteezy getting some bad RNG in the Hellway, but making it through unscathed very nicely. Flipheal grabbing the maiden. Spoiler alert, that is not the maiden. Except the curse's free arrows, right? Alright, we got the glove. We're zooming. That glove will allow us to pick up the darker or heavier rocks, if you will. Which gives us access to some of the Dark World portals. Woo! Flipheal doing the hammer dash. Alright, Flipheal is gaming. It's official. So, shocker, like I said, spoiler alert, this is not the maiden, this is actually the boss! Dun dun dun. Blind. Blind can be a very tough fight casually, but we actually have specific movement that we set up during this fight as speedrunners, and as long as you do the same exact movement every time, you'll know where those fireballs are going to hit. So, it does look like Flipheal took 1 fireball hit of damage, but he gets through it very quickly. It's a very nice fight on Flipheal's side. Alright, Benteezy getting his glove. He's going to be making his way to the blind arena. Grabbing his arrow pot, because we need those precious arrows. Benteezy also doing the hammer dash, but a little bit low there and gets hit by the Stelphos. Also, if you watch this fight too, when the runners finish the last hit on blind, the further left blind is outside of the light, the faster the fight was. So we'll see where blind ends up. That's pretty good. Benteezy did not take a hit there, so got out of that fight very quickly. This is kind of the rupee collection portion, as you see on Flipheal side. The two chests that we're going to be getting here before and after the frog will give us 300 rupees. We need to collect at least 500 because we're going to be purchasing flippers from King Zora. So we got our first rupee chest there. We grab the frog. And the frog is actually the blacksmith. The blacksmith will give us a brand new sword for as low as 10 rupees. What a deal. All right, Benteezy grabbing his first rupee chest. All right, Flipheal going back to the blacksmith house, getting his tempered sword, which is going to significantly increase his sword damage, which makes the upcoming bosses that much easier. Flipheal coming up on a very important section here. Will he go for it? Oh! Boom! Run is over. Invalid. That is a very infamous trick that just does not save any time, but it looks cool. That is called the fence dash. All you have to do is hit left and A. You're good to go. Flipheal getting bad RNG from the Moblin, recognizes it. Does not get hit there. Very nicely done. Making his way through Skullwoods. This room is also infamous for being very bad. Oh, he gets stuck, Mummy! Does get bought by the first Mummy, though, but gets through it. Shoutouts to Stuck Mummy. Alright, Benteezy going with the spin speed. You know he's going for fence dash. Left and A. Oh! It looks like he recognized he may not get it and stops and redashes. Flipheal side, we are going for another bomb jump to get the fire rod here. Does the classic sword spin setup. Gets it nicely. Oh, he might get bought by the mini Moldorm. Ah! I don't know why I made that noise. That was for the viewers. I was scared. I know you were scared. Alright, so Flipheal making his way toward the back half of Skullwoods. Only 4 hearts. Benteezy in the infamous Mummy room. He does not get stuck, Mummy. He's got to be careful here. Nice. Good sword slash. Oh, barely makes it and blocks that Mummy off. What glitches are actually allowed? There's a lot of glitches that are allowed. In NMG, it's basically no major glitches, so anything that's minor, which does not include Diver Down or Icebreaker, those are major glitches. Or I should say restricted glitches. Flipheal getting through the Mummy Hellway very nicely. Alright, see if he gets this Mummy key. Oh! Alright, nice. We utilized the spike damage there to do extra damage on the Mummy to grab the key. And he is dropping down for the Mothula fight. Alright, looks like he's going to try to go for the dash. Okay. Gets the hit there. Gets the dash poke. Alright, nicely done. Not too bad. Only a few spikes missing. So basically in the Mothula fight, you got to be kind of careful with the spikes. If you hit Mothula into the spikes, it overrides the damage that you were trying to do and just does not damage him. So you got to try to hit him into the blocks. Benteezy taking a bop from the Fire Snake, making his way into Mummy Hellway. Gets through it. Oh, in the Rod Dash. We are gaming today. Alright, gets the spike damage on the Mummy. We'll see if Benteezy gets the double hit on Mothula. So he's going to be charging his sword, and he's going to dash into Mothula. If he does it at the right time, he will get a double hit. And he does. Very nice fight. I give that a 9 out of 10. That's on the Josh scale. Very nice fight for Benteezy. As you can see, only one spike moved, so he defeated Mothula very quickly. Alright, Flipheal making his way back to the Aghanim portal, and he's going to be going up towards Catfish. He's going to be getting Quake there, and then making his way to the Flippers. I don't have any audio on my side, but I believe that on the previous screen, Flipheal used the flute, and that's going to actually set up Spooky Ice, which will allow us to Fire Rod the first enemy in Ice Palace and kind of do like a splash damage that we normally wouldn't be able to do as quickly as we do. It basically it changes the altitude of the bird as we leave screens, and it alters our splash damage, if you will. A use for Spooky and Ice? Oh, you betcha. Alright, we are going into Zora's Domain. Hopefully we don't get any splashy. This is a very tough screen to do quickly. A lot of the times you miss dash where you're not supposed to, and then you jump into the water and you can't do that because you don't have flippers yet. Very nice dash screen by Flipheal. Paying 500 rupees for flippers. Ooh, Benteezy getting the quick fish. We are gaming today. This is a treat for you guys. Landing on those specific pixels to throw that rock outside of the catfish circle, making it a little bit faster. Benteezy he's just saving all the frames. Has some bad crab RNG and bad Zora RNG. Flipheal gets through it nicely. Good RNG reaction to go around there to the other side of the portal. So as you'll see here on Flipheal's screen, he should use the spooky setup here for the initial fire rod. You'll see how fast we fire rod that enemy. Normally you would not be able to do that without Spooky. We would have to wait for him to come out of his hole that he's in. Ice Palace is pretty tough. It has a lot of very tough specific rooms that we go through that are very hard to do quickly. Also, a nice thing about Ice Palace is there's an Ice Palace bomb jump, which actually allows us to skip pretty much half of the dungeon, which you cannot go wrong in a speedrun. It is a very specific setup that he's going to do. He needs to get on a specific pixel toward the edge of the pit, and then place the bomb out, and then he has to reposition Link on another specific pixel to actually get blasted across the pit that actually has the peg standing up the wrong way, which we're not supposed to do. But it's cool and it's fast. Uses the dash turn setup. I love it. positions himself perfectly, and then ends with a hammer dash through the pots. We are gaming. Benteezy making his way through the first few rooms of ice. Not too far behind here. Worst room of the game right here. Penguin said, oh, he does it beautifully. Nice job on Flipheal's side. That room is impossible. I don't care who you are. It's impossible. Oh! Flipheal trying to go for the clip. He misses it. That's kind of a hard one to do as well. Saves a little bit of time. That's a big thing with this speedrun. We do everything we can to save a few frames. If we miss that trick, we lose seconds. Hashtag speedrunning. Alright, Flipheal making his way to the last room here. He's about to drop into Cold Stare. A very scary fight because we still have the green mail. The big chest in this dungeon is the blue mail and we skipped it. So if we take any hits from Cold Stare, that is 4 hearts of damage. We have to be very careful. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Snap, okay. We're gonna have a Cold Stare party here. We gotta be very careful. I can't deal. I can't do it. Whew, okay. That was scary. I wasn't scared. You guys were scared. Ice is a very scary dungeon. It looks like the initial spin on Cold Stare on Flipheal's side was a little sketchy, and they split immediately. As you'll see on Benteezy's screen, he's going to go for a different spin setup on the initial. It's going to bop him to the upper right side, and I believe he's going to go for either a single poke or a double poke. Hits to the right. 1, 2. Okay, double poke. Release a spin. Nicely done. Ooh, I didn't see that one survived there. I got tricked. But still, very clean fight on Benteezy's side. Alright, we're going to have to see the difference in sword ups here. Sword up on Flipheal's side, 55-11. I'm not sure if we're going to have a route divergence here. It is possible. So it looks like Flipheal is going to go for shopping in the Swamp Split. He is going up the mountain to grab the Ether Medallion. Oh, takes a bop from a bully Dead Rock. Re-gets his spin speed. Oh, careful. Alright, looks like 55-56 on Benteezy's side for sword up. So maybe like 45 seconds-ish. Alright, Benteezy is going right to 4. He's going right into Swamp. So we're going to have a little bit of a route divergence here. Flipheal is also getting the Ice Rod in this split. So, like I had said earlier, Swamp Palace is actually the intended second dungeon to do. So, the enemies don't necessarily do a lot of damage to you, but the RNG can be kind of a bully. So, you can take a lot of hits that don't do a lot of damage, and you can get your health down pretty quickly. But luckily, ooh, Flipheal taking a bop from a bully crab. This is the main reason why there's a route divergence here, because Death Mountain and the crabs on the Ice Rod screen can give you bad RNG and hit you, and we want to make sure that we have full hearts for the Mire split. So if we end up taking damage in this split in Swamp, it's not a huge deal. So yeah, like I said earlier, going through Swamp, a lot of enemies will kind of get in your way, and some of them will bop you if you don't have quick RNG reaction. but it's pretty much a straightforward dungeon. It's really important for movement to get through quickly, because there are a lot of rooms with water, you know, pumping to increase your movement to be a little bit faster to get through quicker. But actually, Swamp Palace it's my favorite dungeon. I know it's not a dungeon winner for most speedrunners of this game, but I actually love this dungeon. Yeah, PH, let's go. Jump on the train. Yeah, it is a very good dungeon for sure. There are also a lot of opportunities in this dungeon to grab bombs if we're short, and more importantly, our precious arrows. So we will be stocking up on those as well. Big thing that our runners need to remember here is make sure to hit the switch coming out of this room, or you are in for a very bad surprise. Because in order to get the big key, we have to have the orange pegs down. And if we forget to hit that switch on the way out, yeah, that's a heartbreaker. Benteezy using the hammer dash through that pot. What a gamer. Flipheal also doing the hammer dash there. Alright, Benteezy dropping through the pit here, making his way toward the big key for Swamp Palace. Using the hammer dash through. Flipheal making sure that he hits that switch on the way out of that room. Alright, Benteezy making his way to the big chest. We are going to get the hook shot. He's going to line up this hook shot toward the right pot, specifically to make sure that he can hook shot to the second key pot there. Nicely done. Oh, he had that RNG correctly on the sword swing, but the tech type just said no. So it's some of those little RNGs that are unfavorable to our runners here. As you can see, Benteezy had some wonky movement there. He actually did a hook dash, which allows us to push the statue and grab that pot first try, instead of struggling to grab that pot when the statue is over it. That same trick, which is the hookshot dash, is actually going to be used on our boss of this dungeon too, which we will get into shortly. Benteezy is pretty healthy on arrows right now. I'm not sure if he's going to grab this. He's going to grab the bomb, so I might as well grab the arrows as well. I don't blame you. Always got to have the precious. Alright, so Benteezy, one room away from Argus. So what he's going to do, as soon as he enters the room, he's going to do a hook dash. It's going to allow us to be in a state where our sword does slash damage, even though it's poking all the little... the Argus around him, so... Oh, he initially misses it. He's going to try to reset it up from the side here. Hooks up by accident. Ugh, sometimes Argus can just be such a bully with his movement. Alright, Benteezy finishing off the last few puffs. Gonna go for the quick kill. The double fire rod. And the sword swing. He gets it. Ooh, taking 2 bops from the tech tights. Bully RNG, grabbing the hearts just to be on the safe side. That's a good decision. Getting the door dash. Fun fact, if you go 1 or 2 pixels to the left out of that door, you can dash all the way through that door without bonking. The more you know. Alright, Flipheal entering the boss fight. Let's see if he gets the hook dash. Starting off good. Oh, Looking good. He gets the 0 cycle. Will he get the quick kill? We are gaming, people. Very nice boss fight from Flipheal. I'm sure he's got to be happy from that fight. That is a very, very tough strategy to do, especially consistently. And Benteezy going for the hook dash off the stairs to get to the bird quicker. He is going to make his shopping trip up the mountain now. Deadrock was a little bit of a bully there, but he did not take a heart of damage, which is good. An advantage on Benteezy's side, he has the hook shot, so he can do a stair climb here, which makes things quite a bit faster. I think that stair climb maybe saves about a second, but in the Link to the Past speedrun world, a second is a lifetime, where we fight for frames. Nice side hop. Alright, so Flipheal is already equipped with his shopping trip, so he's going to head right to Misery Mire. He's going to pick up this rock from the bottom, enter the portal. That is going to set up his spooky action glitch, which is going to help us in the Mire basement. And it's going to allow us to skip a few rooms, do some spooky stuff where we actually fire rod and hit a switch in a couple of rooms. I believe that saves about 12 seconds. Which is huge. It was one of our last very large time saves that was found not too long ago in this NMG speedrun. Benteezy picking up the rock from the bottom. Going for quick mire. He misses the popo, but gets it on the way out. Very nice room done on Flipheal's side. Mire can be a very scary dungeon because we have to actually take intentional damage for the boss fight. So our runners cannot afford to lose any more health than is already required in this dungeon. Because before the boss, we actually take intentional spike damage to get a key, which is a little bit faster than some of the rest of the keys that we can get in this dungeon. So we take a lot of intentional damage here. So we have to be careful of our health. Ooh, Benteezy taking a fire snake bop. That guy's a bully. Looks like a 106 flat torch time on Flipheal's side. Ooh, hitting the jelly on the bottom and taking a fireball hit from the Medusa. Bad RNG from the slug. Benteezy gets through that room very nicely with the backup strat. .106 flat torch time versus a 106.45 on Benteezy's side. A little bit behind, but this run is nowhere near being over. Especially with T-Rock coming up soon. Still a very close game we have. Alright, you'll see on Flipheal's side, he's going to take this intentional spike damage here to grab the key chest and make his way out. He is now headed toward the basement where we're going to see spooky action glitch. I'm not a game scientist, so I don't have all the details on this. But what he's going to be doing here is the block. He's going to place that with the Smarty here. He's going to kick up some dust Oh, he got a little off track here. He should still be fine. Kicking up that dust basically sets our Ancilla to the slot that we need to allow us to Fire Rod the spike here, which is going to actually hit a switch, which it does. Instead of hitting the switch at the top of the room, we can just get out of here. And now he's going to Fire Rod an anti-fairy, which will hit the switch in this room, instead of bombing the wall there and going into the DLC room. Last but not least, we're going to Fire Rod this torch. He does take a hit from the spike, but he performs the 3 rooms of spooky action very nicely. And now we are off to Uncle Viddy. Like I said before, we are going to enter the acid pool here, take intentional damage as we spin the rest of these eyes. A couple more slashes. He gets through it very nicely. 8 more arrows, and we are completed with Misery Mire. Very nice boss fight from Flipheal. Alright, Benteezy making his way through the second room of spooky action. Very nicely done. He goes with the dash strat. Third room. And hits the lamp without taking the spike damage. Very nicely done. Shoutouts to Stella. Heck yeah. The youngest A Link to the Past speedrunner with a fantastic any percent time. She is a Zelda gamer. Very nice fight on Benteezy's side. Flipheal out of the dungeon. Now we're off to go through Death Mountain and make our way to Turtle Rock, the 7th Dark World dungeon. It's pretty good RNG from the Dead Rocks here. Alright. We're going to use Hook Speed. He's going for a Waffle House. We are gaming. That was beautiful. Very nicely done for Flipheal. That is a very tough strategy to do because you got falling boulders and you got dead rocks that are programmed to be in your way, okay? Let me tell you. Ooh, taking a hit on the dash up. Benteezy also hitting the speed. We're going for Waffle House. Benteezy making it through. We are gaming. This is legendary. I hope y'all are excited as I am. Waffle House toaster. Gotta love seeing it. Both of these runners pulling off some very tough strategies. Super awesome to see. Alright, Flipheal is in Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock is very famous for a couple of heartbreaking rooms. So, we're going to be entering a spike roller room here shortly, and we're going to be taking intentional damage. The spike rollers do, I believe, 4 hearts of damage. So, we intentionally take that damage to deboost out of the room to get through a lot quicker. And this is a main reason why we set up the fairy drop in this dungeon, since we take that intentional damage. Flipheal already 3 hearts down. Takes another hit to deboost out. As soon as we get in a couple of these pokey rooms, we're going to be hoping... Benteezy went to the left there. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Flipheal is going to hope for a fairy here before Chain Chomps. Will we get the drop? We do not. This is a scary room without the fairy. Okay, he takes it slow. Takes a bop from the Chomps. They do 4 hearts of damage. He has to be careful here. Alright, gets through. He still has more chances to get the fairy. But it is a possibility that it just does not drop. So he's got to be very careful at 3 hearts here. The enemies in this dungeon do a ton of damage. They hit like a truck. Alright, Benteezy going through. Will Benteezy get the fairy drop? He does not. See if the Chain Chomps give Benteezy better RNG than they give Flipheal. Looking good. Uses the pegs for iframes. Beautiful roam on Benteezy's side. And we get the fairy drop from the next Pokey. Nicely done on Flipheal's side. That is a sigh of relief. Depending on the RNG that the speedrunners get in the Poke rooms here, sometimes we just get the fairy drop and we just don't grab it. It's too slow. We don't need hearts. Everything is fine. Benteezy getting right RNG. He does not get the fairy. He's going to kick up dust out of here, though, to get rid of the animation from the bunny. Nicely done. Saving those frames. We're gaming. Flipheal grabs the most important drop of all time, the 8-bomb drop. Make sure you do not miss that drop. It is imperative. Just kidding. Don't grab that. Benteezy taking an anti-fairy bop on the dash out of that room. Another scary roller room. Luckily, Flipheal has beams. He'll get out of here very easily. Ooh, nicely done on Benteezy's side. He wants that fairy. We got it. We're gaming. Having beams in the last few rooms here in Turtle Rock can make a huge difference. Ooh, delayed dash from Benteezy. Luckily, he has beams, so he is okay to make it through here to get the squeeze. Ah! Okay, so he was a little bit behind there. He uses the dash. That is a fantastic adjustment on Benteezy's side. Flipheal's side, he does get the fast laser bridge dash. Very nicely done. That's also a very scary strategy because that laser does 4 hearts of damage. And in the Japanese 1.0 version, you can also get lasered as you fall. And just can end your run. Just like that. Very nicely done from Flipheal. Benteezy going for laser skip. He gets the fast laser skip. Knocking the beetle off. We through the room. We are gaming. Oh, wasting a couple extra rod shots on Trinex's head. Oh, scary, scary. He got that last ice head with the very last fire rod shot he could take. Getting through Trinex. We're going to double spin here. One more slash for the win, and he gets it. Nicely done. Switching to his hook shot to get ready for the GT split. Benteezy entering Trinex. Let's see how he does here. Going for the backdoor strat. 4 swings from your sword. We're going to rod again. Nicely done. Very nice Trinex. Oh! I didn't realize he had one more there. Alright, Benteezy setting up for the double spin. Just gets a single spin. Has to do a few extra slashes. No big deal. Alright, we are ready for Ganon's Tower. The best tower. Probably my favorite dungeon in this entire speedrun. Because not only is Ganon's Tower extremely hard, but it has a wide variety of some of the coolest strategies and best rooms in the game. So I hope all y'all are ready for this. Because we're going to game through this, and we're going to game fast. When you're on pace, going into Ganon's Tower, it is very intimidating. So, update on Flipheal splits here. It looks like we are still in the green. So Flipheal is having a very nice run heading into Ganon's Tower. Doing the hook climb. 117.31 entrance for Flipheal. He is skipping the torch key. We are gaming. He'll get that key later. Or an extra key later, I should say. Oh, missing the hook. This is fine. I love these strategies. They are just so cool. So many meticulous rooms. Alright, Benteezy making his way through. Also skipping the torch key. Benteezy getting the spike skip! What a gamer. What a legend. Oh, trying to go for the diagonal boom. Gets a second try. We are making our way through. Alright, Flipheal has 17 arrows. Okay. Whew. Gotta have 18 arrows dropping into Ice Armos here. Alright, Ice Armos can be a little bit tricky. He's gonna do a setup where he actually stalls. There we go, and then it gets the quick rotation of Ice Armos at the top there. Very nicely done. Benteezy bonking over the portal. We don't want to go in there. It's slow. Benteezy has enough arrows here to make a quick drop right into Ice Armos. Looks like he may go for the arrow chest. He does go for mic arrows. That is a tough strategy without getting hit. Very nicely done on Benteezy's side. Flipheal entering Mimics 1. Very tricky room. He gets through it nicely. Mimics 2. Very nicely done. Benteezy had a great Ice Armos as well. Will he skip this arrow chest? He does. Saving some time. Ooh, going with the new arrow strat. Flipheal. Ooh. Everyone just breaking out all the fancy strats tonight. Getting Ganon Ball Z dash. Saving those frames. Benteezy entering Mimics 1. Oh, takes a bop, but gets through the room. Mimics 1 and Mimics 2 is... those rooms are so difficult to do fast. Ooh, taking a hit in G3. And another... God, those Beamos are just bullies. Gauntlet is very, very tough. There's a lot of RNG involved. You gotta kill the enemies. You have to deal with Beamos and Medusas and Ice. They just throw everything they can at you. Benteezy falling off Ganon Ball Z bridge. Oh, left RNG on Flipheal side from the first Landmo. It's gonna set him back a cycle. Benteezy making his way into Gauntlet 2. He's out of arrows, but grabbing the arrow pot. Very good awareness. Good RNG on Benteezy's side in Gauntlet 3. Flipheal using that Samari to kill all the Wizrobes. Those are some awesome looking strats in those rooms. Benteezy going into Landmo 2, while Flipheal is in Torches 1. See if he does the torch dash. He does! He makes it! What a gamer. Ooh, Benteezy using a dash strat on that Landmo. Flipheal in Torches 2. Going across those spikes. We don't need those hearts. We don't need hearts. Alright, he's going to have to get this chest for the final key. Making it through without taking damage. And we're on to the Moldorm refight. Nice RNG. Benteezy just finishing up Torch's 1. He gets the dash as well. Ooh, Flipheal going for the top dash. My goodness. Alright, egging him to everyone's favorite geometry wizard. This fight is so difficult. Oh, looks like we got 2 there. Benteezy making his way to Moldorm 2. Nice double hit there. 2 more hits. Take the... Oh, I thought he was going to take the bomb. Oh! He is out of position. We're going to have to go another cycle. Alright, gets egging him 2 down. Benteezy making his way through the last few rooms before egging him 2. Also going for top dash. What an amazing race to watch. The strategies that both of these runners are pulling off are outstanding. Alright, Flipheal about to drop into Ganon while Benteezy is making his way through egging him 2. Ganon will require 10 hits, or I'm sorry, 12 hits in each phase. Oh, he gets down facing Ganon. I hope he knows how to do the bat ring. This is a very scary strategy because everything is basically mirrored at this point. Taking bat hits. He does get through the first phase, a 1-1. That is a sigh of relief on downward facing Ganon. Flipheal is gaming. Alright, so we're on to phase 3. Just requires 1 hit every time he stops his teleport. And we're going to be doing Silverless Ganon. Gonna hit the torch glitch with the lamp. I don't blame him. Looks like he's on a decent pace. Alright, we need 12 spins in this phase of Ganon to finish him off. We want to basically position each lamp light so we can get triple spins every phase before that left lamp goes out. Or left torch. Benteezy doing the dash circle. Nice dodging from Benteezy. It's like Flipheal on his last hit. He is going to take this matchup. I think it's just going to be short of PB. It's so close, dude. Oh, no, dude. 1 second. Oh, wow. What a finish from Flipheal. Just 1 second underneath his PB. What an amazing race. Benteezy finishing up his 4th phase Ganon. Lights the torch a little bit early there during his warp. Benteezy getting some nice warp setups for the triple spins. Benteezy's going to wait out this bottom warp. Looks like he may just have a few more spins left. Oh, trying to go for the cape spin. And Benteezy got him. GG's to Benteezy and also Flipheal. What a great race. So Flipheal finishing. I'm trying to find the time here. 126.04 for Flipheal and 127.28 for Benteezy. GG's again to both runners. We'll see if either or both of the runners decides to join for interviews on their race. Looks like we are joined by Flipheal.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, hello, GG's on your race. It was a fantastic run.
Thanks.
Yeah, how did you feel throughout the run? I saw a lot of amazing strategies, a lot of fast things that you did. What were your feelings?
So I was feeling pretty good overall, though I was a little bummed that, of course, I'm trying to get like pod and ice like really clean, and it just feels like it's still some of my worst splits. Although a terrible hammer jump didn't help today, but still was pretty good. Felt really bad losing time in Swamp Overworld, which is essentially should be a free 10-second time save, but of course not. But got the 0 cycle to make it up, I guess.
Sure. I love how speedrunners use the free terminology, like it's actually free. But yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty impressed with your run. You did a lot of very fast strategies I was not expecting, and a lot of them were very clean. How about the cold stare fight? It was kind of weird to see the spin release to be on the right side of cold stare, and it kind of messed you up a little bit. You want to talk about that?
So I kind of hate the 1 poke and the 2 poke, so I've been experimenting on my own strat that's 0. It's like a double spin into a slash. It still needs a little bit more work, as you can see, but it's relatively consistent in practice and like I don't hate it as much, so
Sure.
but
Okay.
GG's, Ben. Let's see. GG's.
Yeah, also joined by Benteezy. GG's, man. Was a great race.
Pricker, miss you, man.
Hey. So how'd you feel about your run?
I didn't think I played too hot, but it was to be expected. I like binged Pokemon last night till like noon today, and I had slept for like an hour, and then had a rando race, and then this race. So it was to be expected that I wasn't going to be my sharpest. So I'm not too mad about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, both you guys are very, very close, of course, until, Hera peeked its ugly head on you. You took that unfortunate hit, I believe it was from a Kadongo, or was it the mini Moldorm?
The mini Moldorm came up on the left side of the box while I was dashing up. It was like,
gotta love it.
I think that's the most frustrating thing for me about this particular run is that it felt like I was playing okay despite being tired, but every single enemy that could give me like terrible RNG did give me terrible RNG. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, I come out of Aga, I'm like, okay, 5 blue balls, that sucks. I'm probably gonna lose now. But first enemy that can give me RNG is like the Hinox, and he like double bombs to the right, and I'm like, all right, dude, come on, get into pod. The jelly gets in my way on the drop. I'm like, all right, dude, come on, go mirror. The jelly gets in my way on the dash and electrocutes. I'm like, all right, dude, come on. It's like every single enemy that could, and then I get down to the turtles, and the turtles all go south, and I'm like, bro, what is happening? Like, let me just play the game. So
yeah.
That's always frustrating when you're not playing your sharpest and then the game is also against you. It's like, it's hard to play through it.
I know exactly how you feel. That's kind of how this speed run is. It snowballs is what happens. And with the Hera death, it was kind of already against you, and then your 5 blue balls versus Flipheal's 0 blue balls. So you tried your best to crawl back, and you were making up time split by split. But
yeah, I was I think I checked his stream somewhere in the middle, like maybe right after Skull or right after Thieves. and I saw that you were exiting the dungeon as I was entering the cutscene. So I was like, okay, I'm about a cutscene behind. Maybe I can make it up. But I just kept like the terrible enemy RNGs just kept costing me so much time in every split, getting nickel and dimed everywhere. So it was hard to have good splits, even though I felt like I was playing okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of how this game goes. And
And the like 7 cycle Aga 2 didn't help anybody with the 15 warp Ganon, whatever that was.
that boss is impossible.
I was like, okay, bro, I don't. What are these right triangles that Aga's making? Like, how much? He makes the right triangle. He's always second, and he always shoots a blue ball. I'm like, dude, how am I supposed to hit any of these? Like, this is impossible. So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and if I didn't have like the worst chain tomps ever or Aga 2, I played a little better. We could have actually got the PB, but I mean it's whatever. The pod and ice was annoying anyway, so
yes, I see that your splits are you about a second and a half off of your PB.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice run. Yeah, I mean, obviously the zero blue balls helped a little bit, but you still had very impressive gameplay. So it was incredible to watch on both sides. Both of you went for very high end strategies, and you were hitting most of them, and it was super exciting to watch. So GG's again to both of you on your race.
Did you see me do the stupid FSG frame roll in GT Basement and then pause too late on the fight?
I think I did. Yeah.
Actually, I made it through the snake and then I didn't pause. So
you were halfway there.
It was so funny.
Oh man!
I tried to go for something. So I was really hoping for some reason that I didn't get any arrows in Eastern because I skipped the arrow pot. But I recently learned how to do 17 arrow armos. So I was really hoping that I didn't get any arrows. And then I got both arrow drops. And I'm like,
of course, right?
I guess I'll leave here with 30 arrows. Of course, I still messed up armos anyway. But it was fun.
Right on. Well, yeah, GG's again. Is there anything either you want to say about your run or about the tournament or anything?
I love the tournament. Excited to get back into the game now that school is finishing up. I got my final next week, and yeah, I got some mental health stuff over the holidays taken care of, so that was nice. And I'm excited to get back into this game, see the homies, watch the streams again. It's
comfy.
Fun. I always love this.
Yeah, and you know, I love the league,
but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was glad to hold my own against, you know, some people with really good time. So got a little, you know, time luck wise here, or blue ball luck here, but you know, still just glad I can hold my own a bit and
got that race pressure.
Helps me push.
The race pressure, the PB pressure, and you still clutch it out.
The PB pressure.
It is. Sometimes when you see that you're that close, then
for sure.
turns into the biggest cluster of.
Oh yeah, Ganon's Tower is impossible on PB pace.
So being able to maintain composure, especially when you know it's not just the PB on the line, but also the race.
Mm-hmm.
Be proud.
Yeah, the only really two bad rooms I think in GT minus Aga 2, or it's the Spike room, and I had a bad hop and Lambo too. I was just like, I'm not even gonna bother. So I had a 2, but yeah, everything else was pretty clean. So it's always nice to see that.
Right on. Well, thank you both again. It was a fantastic run to watch, and thank you for the restreamer and everybody out there watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah, catch you guys later. Take care.
All right. With that, I think we'll start to wrap things up. Thank you so much to our runners today, Flip and Benteezy. Great job, of course. And thank you to our commentator, Fricker. Did a great job solo calming. Yeah, we are getting near the end of these Link to the Past NMG League races. There is one tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. That is in the Light World group, and that's Super Nin Taylor versus Rob J. Beasley. That should be a good race. So definitely check that out tomorrow. Yes, for the rest of the schedule, make sure you check out the schedule link that I just posted in chat. Yep. other than that, I think that's all I have to say. So if anyone else has any comments, otherwise I will just send us off. Great. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and rate it over to Yerok XX, who's doing some Link to the Past, no major glitches, speedruns. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy that. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time on ZSR. Thanks.